What's up, fuckers and fuckettes? Today we will be taking the political compass test to see if I am still as much of a libtard as I was 1 year ago. So the first time I took this test was on August 15th. I'll just put it on the screen right now just so you can see my initial results. I'll probably also put a nice little visual right next to it. Oh, by the way, I lied. It was actually on the 14th instead of 15th. Anyways, we will be doing this again. Alright, before taking the test, please note this is a server and these aren't questions. Yeah, the disclaimer about prejudice, and I don't give a shit. Let's keep going. Alright. If economic globalization is inevitable, it should primarily serve humanity rather than the interests of transnational corporations. Alright, well, I mean, like, you know me, I kind of like humanity, okay? I mean, if transnational corporations are going to be, like, you know, part of the globalization, then, well, I don't know, man. I kind of like humanity, you know. I would say we should probably have humanity benefit. I mean, who the fuck else is gonna benefit? Jeff Bezos or some shit, bruh? Fuck out of here. I'd always support my country whether it was right or wrong. I mean, that's more complicated now. In the past, I used to say strongly agree, but like now, I'd probably just put a regular agree. I mean, it is good to be patriotic, you know, fight for your country, sacrifice your life for Pakistan, you know, do whatever you want, but I mean, oh wait, disagree. Actually, I fucked it. I mean, you know, don't simp for your country too hard. All right, that's how you end up being in a cult. No one chooses his or her country of birth, so it's foolish to be proud of it. Yeah, honestly, I mean, like, what are you really gonna do? Go around and take credit for everything that your country does? You should fight for your country. You don't fuck around and, you know, do nothing and then just say, ah, yes, my country is the best. I love my country. Agree. I mean, you could be proud of your country, but, like, you know, not just because you were born there. Our race has many superior qualities. Do I need to explain this one? The enemy of my enemy is my friend. I'm gonna have to go with disagree. Mostly because this line of logic is exactly how wars happen. All right, if you always go and think that the enemy of your enemy is your friend, then pretty soon people are gonna be shaking hands with each other, forming secret military alliances. That's how World War One started. All right, and fuck World War One. We want to stay out of that shit. All right. Military action that defies international law is sometimes justified. Yeah, I mean, if that goes along the lines of, like, dropping nukes and chemical warfare, how am I really going to condone that? You know, I'm kind of anti-war in general, but, like, war that, like, defies international law, come on. How are you going to support that? That's whack. There is no worrying fusion of information and entertainment. Yeah, you know, I actually agree with this quite a bit. I mean, like, if you pull up on TikTok, you know, there's people doing TikTok dances next to, like, legal advice and shit like that. I mean, go figure. I mean, you can watch somebody do the WAP while they explain to you how lawsuits work, but I don't really think that's a move. I'm gonna have to go with agree. I do agree. You know, people are mishmashing the two a bit much. All right, next page. People are ultimately divided by class more than by nationality. Yes, definitely. Okay, nationality is not really all that important. We all live on this earth, okay? What we really need to be focused on is how broke we are, okay? I mean, like, what are you going to do, start a race war? Hell no. I want to start a revolution. Fuck that. Controlling inflation is more important than controlling unemployment. I mean, people being employed is pretty important, and inflation is also pretty important, but if you had to ask me which one of those two I think is more important, I'm going to have to go with, controlling unemployment, so I'm going to have to go with disagree on that one, but not by a very large margin. Because corporations cannot be trusted to voluntarily protect the environment, they require regulation. Yeah, you know what the fucking oil companies did? BP oil spill? Hell nah. Those companies need regulation. I don't trust them with shit. Alright? If you let them dump oil into the rivers, they will dump oil into the rivers, alright? They're not going to be good boys just because you asked them nicely. That's just how it is. From each according to his ability to each according to his need is a fundamentally good idea. Oh, okay, so this is the logic that says that you do whatever you do and everybody gets what they need. Oh yeah, this is a good idea. I mean, I'm not exactly sure I fuck with it on like a fundamental level, but yeah, this seems to be something I generally agree with. You know, everybody gets what they need, okay? That's cool. I mean, obviously it's not as simple as that, but you know. Good concept. The freer the market, the freer the people. No. No, I don't think so. All right, free markets cuck people sometimes. It's not like the freer the market, the better life will be for everybody. That ain't how it is. It's a sad reflection on a society that something is. Hang on, I get a little X over here. I'm not gonna press that. It's a sad reflection on a society that something as basic as drinking water is now a bottled, branded consumer product. Yeah, that is sad. Like water, you can't get water anymore. Holy fuck, dude! Everybody needs water. All right. I mean, don't get me wrong. You don't need the latest iPhone, but like, goddamn, get water. All right. Shit's important. Land shouldn't be a commodity to be bought and sold. I mean, yeah, people need land. It's a thing that people fundamentally need. Where the fuck you gonna live? You know, land, it belongs to the earth, really. It shouldn't be something that belongs to people. I mean, of course people are going to buy and sell it, and it's going to be hard to contradict the idea of people buying and selling stuff, because that's what we've been doing for centuries, well, millennium actually. Yeah, I agree. Land shouldn't be a commodity to be bought and sold. I'm not sure how strongly I can agree with it, but yeah, I guess I generally agree with that. It is regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to the society. Yes, communism. Bruh, fuck out of here, alright? Listen, if I'm gonna be a piece of shit and do nothing, then, like, you know, I'm gonna be broke. I don't want other people to do nothing and be a piece of shit and then not be broke, alright? We all gotta share the brokage and laziness together. Protectionism is sometimes necessary in trade. I think protectionism is companies like, you know, no, this is a national thing. Like, for example, for China, they really just, like, blocked off YouTube, they blocked off Instagram, they blocked off all their social media platforms, and now everybody has to use Weibo and Youku, WeChat, all that lame shit. I mean, it's okay. I don't really like it. Now, I don't particularly like trans protectionism. It just means that people just sometimes just don't get what they need. I mean, it boosts the economy for China, and probably other countries too, but, you know. Everybody should get on YouTube. The only social responsibility of a company should be to deliver a profit. Fuck no. Get out of my face. That's garbage. What do you mean? The only social responsibility of a company should be to deliver a profit to its shareholders. Boy, you make products. Give us the product. And make sure that product is also reasonably priced, alright? I don't want to see any of that shareholdership be more important than everything else, alright? The rich are too highly taxed. Nah, not really. I mean, look, at the end of the day, they're still rich as hell. I mean, I'm not sure about how rich, but like if we're talking like hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars, come on. Are they really taxed that much? Nah. Those with the ability to pay should have access to higher standards of medical care. That's tricky. I mean, like, obviously some people can get like more expensive drugs and, you know, better hospital suites, I guess, if they have more money, you know. I mean, sometimes in like other countries besides you know, the USA, they just give you the boot if you don't have money. Die in the streets, how. I generally disagree with this. Yeah, I'm not feeling it. Come on, bro. Everybody should have the health cares, okay? Government should penalize businesses that mislead the public. Fuck yeah, alright? Why do businesses, like, think they're high and mighty enough to go around and tell people false shit? For what? For profit? My ass, bro. A genuine free market requires restrictions on the ability of predator multinationals to create monopolies. Yeah, that's how it is, alright? I mean, like, if you don't agree with this, then, like, come on. What do you want? Amazon to, like, take over everything? You wake up from your Amazon bed in the morning, and then you get into your Amazon car to go to your Amazon-owned workplace? Nah, I don't want fucking monopolies anywhere, alright? Honestly, the free market would be freer if monopolies didn't exist. Abortion, when the woman's life is not threatened, should always be illegal. Disagree. Strongly disagree, actually. Should always be illegal. Yeah, okay. All authority should be questioned. Yes, okay? The moment that people get too much authority, they're gonna start fucking around, and they're gonna do shit that the majority of people don't like. It's just human nature, honestly. I mean, like, it happens to everybody, alright? But that still doesn't mean they should go around and not and act like they're gonna do the right thing all the time. All right, they're not like fucking Jesus Christ or some shit. And honestly, even if Jesus Christ was here, I'd still keep an eye on him. An eye for an eye and a tooth for no. I mean, maybe, probably not. No, I don't. That's just suffering for everybody. Why do we need more of this? I mean, don't get me wrong, vengeance is a thing, but like in general, as a principle, no, I'm not fucking with it. Taxpayers should not be expected to prop up any theaters or museums that cannot survive on a commercial basis. I mean, does art have to be inherently profitable? You know, do theaters or museums have to make a money in order to be validated? No, not really. I mean, on the other hand, if you're losing like a shit ton of money, then like go figure. It's just better if some things are cut off. But like, come on, it's art, okay? It doesn't always have to make money, all right? Schools should not make classroom attendance compulsory. Oh, so it's like mandatory attendance for classrooms. You know what? I'm actually gonna go ahead and disagree with that one. I think that students should probably be going to school. You know, if students aren't going to school, they're gonna cut class and see what happens when kids are cutting class. All right, they go into the streets and they're like, yes, I would like to deal the drugs and do the crime and all the bad things. I stay in school. All people have their rights, but it's better for all of us, that different sorts of people should keep to their own kind. No. Come on, we can't have fun together. Are you telling me that just because we're different sorts of people, we should like separate from each other? No, come on, don't be like that. All right. I want to be friends with all the homies. All right. Strongly disagree. Good parents sometimes have to spank their children. Ha. I mean, yeah, there is a such thing as discipline your children, but like, come on, you really got to spank your kids? No, don't be like that. It's natural for children to keep some secrets from their parents. Yeah, I agree with that. You know, sometimes children just don't want to tell their parents shit, and also like, and that makes sense. I mean, go figure. Like, lots of kids do drugs anyway. Of course, they won't want to tell their parents about that. Possessing marijuana for personal use should not be a criminal offense. Fuck yeah, bro. If I want to roll that blunt, if I want to hit the puff, why are you gonna arrest me? Of course, it shouldn't be a criminal offense. The prime function of schooling should be to equip the future generation to find jobs. Yeah, I mean, go figure. I mean, schooling, yeah, people can learn stuff for their own enjoyment, but at the end of the day, it's to become a productive member of society so you can do things so society will work. But, like, hey, learn whatever you want, alright? But it should still have the focus of, you know, getting people to actually be productive. People with serious inheritable disabilities should not be allowed to reproduce. Come on, really? Eugenics? Are we going there? We don't need that. All right, that's trashy. The most important thing for children to learn is to accept discipline. Oh, come on. The most important for children to do is to be happy. You know, live their life and don't like fuck with other people too much. I strongly disagree. What the hell? Accept discipline? That's some dominant type shit. There are no savage and civilized people. There are only different cultures. I mean, some cultures are, you know, a bit more savage than the civilized. I guess it's really subjective. I'm gonna have to go with agree. There are different cultures. You know, people just don't understand them as well. But at the same time, come on, North Korea, extremist societies, really. Those who are able to work and refuse the opportunity should not accept society's support. Generally disagree. I mean, come on, okay? Even if they don't work, are you really gonna say that society shouldn't support them? Not even a little. Come on, people deserve support. That's one of the things that people need. All right, it makes you feel good, and it's happy and fun for the whole family. When you're troubled, it's better not to think about it, but to keep busy with more cheerful things. Oh, see. But to keep busy with more cheerful things. When you're troubled, it's better not to think about. I mean, if you're not addressing what's making you troubled, are you really ever gonna get over it? I think it's important to deal with it head on. All right. I mean, if the implication here is that it's better just to ignore the troubling things and just to distract yourself, come on, no, you don't distract yourself like that. All right. First generation immigrants can never be fully integrated within a new country. Oh, why not? Well, what did the immigrants ever do that says that they can't be integrated within their new country? I mean, they can chill with the neighbors. They can go to grocery shopping. They can get their job. I mean, there's nothing stopping them. Come on, strongly disagree. What's good for most successful corporations is always ultimately good for all of us. All right, moving on. No broadcasting institution, however independent its content, should receive public funding. I mean, okay, I can see how if these broadcasting institutions receive public funding, then like they would become corrupt and they would only serve one viewpoint or something like that. Destruction of news. But I mean, like they need money. Okay, do you really expect broadcasting institutions to survive without money? Come on, disagree. It should receive public funding. Yeah. Okay. Next page. Our civil liberties are being excessively curbed in the names of counterterrorism. Yeah, honestly, the Patriot Act, all of the surveillance things that try and track you just for the sake of counterterrorism and whatnot. Yeah, honestly, I do agree. A significant advantage of a one-party state is that it avoids all the arguments that delay progress in a democratic political system. That is true. That is true. It is working out. It is working out for other countries. It is working out for China. Only having one party actually worked out pretty well for China in terms of the ability to progress and get shit done. I don't condone the one party system, mostly because it just ends up becoming a feedback loop of the same kind of people doing the same kind of thing without any change at all. But yeah, this is true. It's not false objectively. I guess it is true. I don't condone the one party system, but one party state, but it is how it is. Although the electronic age makes online surveillance easier, only wonder hell no. Okay, look, I don't need the FBI peeping through my webcam, the one right here, okay, all the time and saying, oh well, it's fine because if you're not doing anything illegal, then you shouldn't have to be worried. No, fuck out of here, okay. Nobody is going to consent to being watched without their permission just because, they're supposedly innocent or something like that. All right, that's whack. I don't want to get peeped on. All right. The death penalty should be an option for most serious crimes. The death penalty is kind of whack. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, sometimes it's honestly preferable to life in prison. It's a lot cheaper than keeping somebody in for life in prison. But like at the same time, it just doesn't seem like the kind of thing that's really humane. I guess I don't know. This is something more subjective. I'm gonna have to disagree with this one though. I don't like the death penalty, honestly. In a civilized society, one must always have people above to be obeyed and people below to be commanded. Bro, that's cringe. That's cringe, bro. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. That's the way society is now, and if we destroyed hierarchy right now, everybody would go batshit crazy. But like, do we inherently need people to be above and people to be below? Come, no. Why can't we just vibe together? Disagree, strongly disagree. I can't make up my mind. Probably disagree. I mean, there is a need for hierarchy in a certain sense. Abstract art that doesn't represent anything shouldn't be considered art at all. I mean, art can be wildly different depending on who you're asking. If some people say it doesn't represent anything, other people can be like, hey, no, that's false. And art is a medium for expression. So can people really go ahead and say you are objectively not an artist just because what they draw is overly abstract? Come on, no. Don't tell people they can't be artists just because it doesn't appeal to your sense of what art is supposed to look like. In criminal justice, punishment should be more important than rehabilitation. No. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you kill like 7 people via shooting, you're kind of beyond the point of rehab, and you're kind of a dick. But like, rehab is ultimately what makes society better. I mean, overly punishing people just kind of it's kind of toxic. All right. It's a waste of time to try and rehabilitate some criminals. Slight disagree. I mean, there are a bunch of like fucked up criminals that you really just can't change at all. They're just beyond the point of no return. But like saying that's a waste of time to try to rehabilitate some criminals as justification for not trying at all, no, I can't, all right? The business person and the manufacturer are more important than the writer and the artist. What? I mean, they're there. Actually, disagree. The business person, and the manufacturer do have some significance, but like in the end, it's the writer and the artist that's really, really the core that makes it work. You know, the business person and the manufacturer are just there to facilitate the streamline the operations of getting the writer and the artist to work out there. Mothers may have careers, but their first duty is to be homemakers. Fuck no. Fuck the patriarchy, alright? All my homies hate the patriarchy, alright? I mean, hell, a guy can be a homemaker too, alright? You can do whatever you want. Multinational companies are unethically exploiting the plant genetic resources of developing countries. Yes, sir. Yes, they do. They are fucking them up. I do have to strongly agree. Multinational companies are pulling up at countries and they're like, yo, 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 what's good? Can I have your shit? That's kind of unethical. Making peace with the establishment is an important aspect of maturity. I disagree with this. I mean, making peace with the establishment is good, but like, you know, it's not really that important. And you can still criticize society and be mature. I assume that make peace with the establishment here is supposed to imply that you just stop bitching about society. And no, people can be mature and bitch about society. It's true. Next page. Astrology. No. Fuck astrology, alright? If I wanted to choose something to randomly determine my fate or whatever, it wouldn't be astrology. Astrology is trash, okay? You cannot be moral without being religious. What the fuck? I mean, don't get me wrong. Religion can be a base for morality, but you cannot be moral without being religious. Fuck out of here. Get that trash on my face. Charity is better than Social Security as a means of helping the genuinely disadvantaged. I mean, Social Security, I guess you could consider it charity to be, as a certain extent, but Social Security is what, you know, encourages good behavior. Charity, I mean, it's more direct for sure. It could be more effective, but it's kind of sus. I don't know. I do like charity, but I do also like Social Security. I'm gonna have to go with a disagree on this one. Social Security is cool. Some people are naturally unlucky. Yeah, honestly, they are. I mean, this is one of those ones where I wish I could go 50-50. But if I had to pick one, yeah, I do agree. Some people are just unlucky. It kind of sucks. It is important that my child's school instills religious values. No, don't do that. That's whack, bro. And finally, a look at sex. Sex aside, marriage is usually immoral. Fuck no, bang whenever you want. A same-sex couple in a stable, loving relationship should not be excluded from the possibility of child adoption. Why do I have to think about this? Yeah, of course they should not be excluded. Hell, adopt whoever you want. All right, those kids need homes to go to, and honestly, if those homes are filled with gay people, what's wrong with that? Pornography depicting consenting adults should be legal for the adult population. Yeah, of course. All right, beat your meat. Goddamn. What goes on in a private bedroom between consenting adults is no business of the state. Yeah. What is the state to tell you where you can put your dick? Come on. I mean, unless it's like in a child. In that case, fuck no. All right, that's illegal. But still, between consenting adults, yeah, exactly. So strongly agree. No one can naturally feel homosexual. These days, openness about sex has gone too far. Maybe a little bit, but I don't really think I can say has gone too far. Like it's pushing it a little bit. I mean, don't get me wrong, sex is all over the media. You know, there's ads where people are like, you know, getting naked and shit. Okay, what am I saying? Look, if you know, you know. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to go with disagree. Okay, honestly, openness about sex is generally a good thing, unless you're being like obnoxious about it. All right, boys, here we go, the finale. I was being cringe. All right, this entire video is cringe. Don't watch this. This is trash. All right. All right, yada yada yada. What? Okay, go figure. Am I a commie? Am I still a commie? Come. Okay, I guess that's it. I'm Antifa now. Let's go. Pack it up.